From Isis Unveiled to the Move to India, read by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. This piece is an extract from Madame Blavatsky by George Baseden Butt, published in 1925. From Isis Unveiled to the Move to India. Shortly after the formation of the Theosophical Society, Madame Blavatsky and Colonel Olcott took 2 suites of rooms at 433 West 34th Street, New York. Prior to this, Madame Blavatsky had cursorily commenced work on Isis Unveiled, and she now applied herself to writing this book with unremitting industry. From morning to night, wrote Colonel Olcott, she would be at her desk, and it was seldom that either of us got to bed before 2 a.m. Isis Unveiled was completed in 1877, approximately 2 years from the time of its commencement, and as much of it was rewritten and all of it revised during that period, one can readily believe the Colonel when he declared that he never knew a managing daily journalist who could be compared with her for dogged endurance or tireless working capacity. Before the book was actually published, they removed to 302 West 47th Street, where their quarters were known as the Lamasery. Isis Unveiled appeared at the end of September 1877. It was immediately successful, and for the most part was favourably reviewed. The first edition was exhausted within 10 days. Thenceforward, until their departure for India at the end of 1878, the Lamasery was more than ever thronged with literary, spiritualistic and other distinguished visitors. But they had few real supporters, and the Theosophical Society as a body was comparatively inactive. The meetings started when Mr. Felt was to have delivered his lectures on Egyptian magic, though continued for a time with other speakers, had long since been abandoned. The hire of a meeting room in the Mott Memorial Hall, Madison Avenue, New York, had been discontinued, and influential spiritualists who had joined at first left the society after the publication of Isis Unveiled. But the signs of the society's growing influence were seen in an increase in home and foreign correspondence, in controversial articles in the press, the establishment of branch societies at London and Corfu, and the opening up of relations with sympathisers in India and Ceylon. On the 8th of July 1878, Madame Blavatsky took out her naturalisation papers as a citizen of the United States. At the end of that year, obedient to the wishes of the masters expressed through Madame Blavatsky, a theosophical party, consisting of 4 individuals, left America for India, sailing from New York on December the 18th, 1878. Madame Blavatsky's excitement as the time for departure drew near is amusingly described by Colonel Olcott. He says, "The nearer we approached the time for our change of base, the more vehement became HPB's praise of India, the Hindus, the entire Orient and Orientals as a whole, and her disparagement of Western people as a whole, their social customs, religious tyranny, and ideals." End of quotation. But the glowing picture of perfection, thus painted by her imagination, was destined to cruel destruction by experience immediately on reaching the land of her heart's desire. For here, as with so many other things and places, serious discrepancy was found to exist between the ideal and the real.